All right, we'll get started. Venus, your thoughts on the match tonight and also your time here in DC.
Oh, I had so much fun. Definitely not the result I wanted, but still a learning experience. And the part about sport in life is that you never stop learning. And I got to play a lot of matches here, and definitely was a plus. And the fans of DC are just epic. So I couldn't have been happier with my first week back.
Hi, Venus. Miles Serve on Sports Illustrated. In the hypothetical Venus Williams trophy of wonderful moments on tour, where do you feel like this time in DC kind of ranks for you after time way off the tour due to injury and other things? Where does this rank for you after having felt so much love, hopefully, from the crowd?
Yeah, this was. I think this moment for me was so much anticipation, so much. It's kind of hard to describe because, where I came from to be here is somewhere where I never thought I'd see myself in life. So then just to be here at all is really a blessing, and then to play well is just another blessing. So this is a moment that's really hard to describe and categorize. I feel like I'm still reflecting on it.
You're obviously feeling pretty good about it overall, because I saw you go out and do your twirl wave
Yeah.
even after not winning, which is, it's just, I think, shows how your emotions in this moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything about that, but I'm just curious, separate topic, on your comments after your first singles win about the healthcare stuff generated a bunch of coverage of that, and people talking about that. And so I'm just wondering if you could sort of clarify how serious or tongue-in-cheek that was about that being a main motivating factor for you coming back to tennis, because some people took it very literally. And then I'm also wondering just if you sort of appreciate from this new experience, like the importance of healthcare in people's lives and how a lot of people really do have to rely on work and stuff like that to get the healthcare they need.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be on Cobra, right? that remains an issue in my life. But obviously, healthcare is so important, and access to healthcare and being able to see the right and the best doctors for whatever you're going through. I had that opportunity. I had that opportunity last year to see who, in my opinion, the best doctor ever. And that was all possible because, I had insurance, and without that, the bills are quite hefty. So it is a serious issue, and obviously it's a fun and funny moment, but it's an issue that people are dealing with. So it is serious.
Hi, Venus. You talked after your first singles match how the headline for you would just be good health and the ability to be back on the court. Playing 4 matches in 4 days in these physical, hot, and humid conditions, just how grateful are you to have been able to do that?
I'm so grateful. I mean, I feel like I ran out of gas today, unfortunately, and I tried to find the energy, and I didn't find it. But, 4 matches in the first week is a lot. And, I love playing doubles, and one of the reasons you don't play is because you just try to save your energy, and plus it's hot. So when you're doing your training and the warm-up, you're spending an extra hour like sweating it out. But I'm really grateful. I think without that doubles match, I don't know if I could have played as well in the singles. So I think everything served its purpose this week. I'm sorry to have fell short, but I know I can play better, and I know I will play better. Congratulations to Magda today. I hope we get another chance to play this summer so I can play a little better next time.
Hi, Venus. One of your great legacies in this sport and in all sports is the equal pay fight. They're going to be equalizing the pay between men and women at this tournament in 2027. There is also just a huge amount of publicity around the WNBA stars advocating for themselves. So just where do you think we are in the equal pay fight right now?
Yeah, I did not know that about the tournament. One of the things about not being on tour is that you miss some of the news, or let's say all of it. So that's great news. Of course, there's so many exciting things going on in women's sports, and it's literally just the beginning. Of course, there's room to grow, and of course, we'll get there. And these ladies are tenacious, they're talented, and they're exciting. People are watching. So with all of that, it's just a perfect storm for growth and for equity.
Hi, Venus. So it's been announced that you're going to be playing Cincinnati. So
Yes.
you're back on tour, back in this sort of race and traveling circus,
Yeah.
let's just call it a little bit. What is that experience like? You have an experience that's sort of going from tournament to tournament, seeing, other players, going to, the exercise room, all those things. What is that process like for you? Are you enjoying it? Are you kind of remembering what it's like to be back on tour?
Yeah, of course I fall right into place. Falls right back into place. I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Things change, locker room moves. You're like, I don't know where I am on a particular site, but at the end of the day, driving a car is all the same. Different car, but same, maneuvers. But it does take a lot of energy. There's a ton of stress, mentally, physically, emotionally at tournaments. I know how to deal with those things, but there's a lot less of that kind of stress off a tour. And I think it does take a little bit of time to get used to that again.
Hi, Venus. On Cincinnati specifically, you had a very good win the last time you were there. Just your excitement about going back to that tournament and the memories you have there.
Yeah, the fans there are epic too. I don't know if anything will get to this level of DC. I mean, I wish I could have just won for the fans today. That would have been nice. I don't know what match I would have played tomorrow. Hopefully I would have had enough time to just recover and do it again. We'll never know. In some alternate universe, I won this match. But it's going to be amazing. There's so many learnings from me here. I know exactly what I need to work on, where I can improve. The good news is I'm always in control of the point. The important part is to put the ball in. So this is one thing I didn't do today, but was I in control? Absolutely. Will I be in control of most of my matches? Most likely, yes. And that's the place I want to be. And so I'm putting myself in that position. That's what counts.
Hi, Venus. Can you tell us what it takes at the age of 45 to get your body and your mind ready to do this? And have you talked to Tom Brady or others in their mid-40s? Any advice from others about doing this?
I never got out of shape, so you'd have to talk to someone who let themselves go. That's not my thing. I stayed in shape. Even if I wasn't playing tennis, I was always in the gym. And so I think the only difference now is I think I'm just tighter, but I've always been a very tight individual anyway. So my muscles are just like even tighter, which maybe is good or maybe is bad, but physically I feel pretty much the same. Like I don't have major injuries that are like killing me or anything like that. When you play on tour, something comes up, trust me. You have no idea what goes on for players to get out on the court. Something happens. You're trying to fix things. That part's normal, but I don't have like chronic this or chronic that, or this is a disaster. I'm holding it together with like staples and paper clips. I don't have any of that with my body, so that's a blessing, knock on wood.
Venus, you mentioned a little earlier about kind of being out of the loop when you're not on tour. During that time, I've noticed an uptick in your presence on YouTube and kind of that platform. What do you think some of the benefits have been in kind of letting your fans in, reliving some of your great moments on tour from past times? What has been the benefit of that in connecting with your fans?
It's a lot of fun because you get to say exactly what you want to say. Like, you guys will write what you want to write. I may not agree with it. Shame. But on YouTube or your own social platforms, this is your opportunity. And I have a great guy that I work with. He's right back there, Lucas. So we've had a fun time, a fun adventure in this last week, last year, doing this. So there'll be more.
Venus, I wonder if you've learned anything about yourself just through this whole process, not even necessarily just this week, but in what it took to get back on tour. Like you said, you would train, take some time off, and then you did it.
Have I learned anything about myself? Maybe not yet. Maybe you're right. I should learn something. But I know that there's always a lesson to learn. Like I'll reflect on this match, on the things that I could have done better. I'll reflect on my preparation. going into the matches to make sure I'm prime and ready. Those are the kinds of things. But more than anything, I take a lot of information from this tournament, so much data. Like, I can't wait to get on the practice court. You know, my coach and I were already talking about what we're going to work on, and also how much better I got so quickly in these last few weeks too. Was like kind of like straight up a mountain. So we've made so much progress, and I expect that there'll be more. Thank you, guys.